the snake form has the ability to take away certain impurities from the system. If it is done to a certain proportion and it is kept alive with the right kind of energies, this form can take away what are called as impurities, or it can be a continuous process of klesha nashana for you if you create a consecrated serpent form. And there is no temple in India without a serpent. So, if you want your home to be like a temple, you must welcome a naga, because you can't afford to have a real one. So Naga Panchami is the 5th day of the Shravana Masa or the Shravana month. This is the time when all the baby snakes are maturing, because usually they all hatch in the month of July, maximum August. June, July, August is the time when most of the king cobras definitely, but other cobras also, most of them hatch in this period. And this is the time they are all moving into adult stage. That means they want to try their fangs on somebody, they're itching, like children have, what do you call that? Huh? Yeah. They're teething and they want to bite somebody. So they are all in that state. This is the time you must become very aware of the snakes. Unless you create a society where all snakes have been killed. Well, in southern India, snakes are everywhere, and within the villages, everywhere it moves around, nobody thinks of killing them, people just move away and they move away because you're too big for them to eat you. They're not interested in wasting their venom on you. They don't think you're worthwhile. Yes. Only if you endanger them in some way, then they may go for you out of survival instinct of their own. After all, they're reptiles, they got a reptilian brain. So, essentially because they don't see you as food, they don't wish to waste that. But these young snakes, they're teething. They want to bite somebody, it doesn't matter who. So this is the time to become very conscious about the snake. So in this month, because Naga Panchami, everybody is devout, at this time even if the snake comes after them or it's in their home, they'll leave them out, nobody will kill because this is their month where toddlers are becoming teenagers and you must let them grow. You don't just kill all those young people because you're super afraid of something. Because the nature of human being has become like this, they have become more reptilian than the reptiles. Yes. I see the reptile is storing up its venom and making a crystal of it so that it can have free dinner without hunting. We can also do such things, no problem. But we are the only ones who are so fearful of our survival. We have produced arms and armaments, nuclear weaponry, to a point, the number of nuclear weapons that we have, somebody is telling me, I don't know how far it's true because it doesn't matter, is they're saying we have enough weapons to destroy the whole planet 300 times over. I said, why do you have to do it 300 times? Once if you do it, it's done, isn't it? Yes, but we are capable. That's the most important thing. That I can kill you 10,000 times. So you better be Well, unfortunately, we have become like this, so definitely after all these years, I'm bringing this Naga Panchami into open and into more visible nature, mainly because as I am seeing, the most affluent societies in the world are more reptilian than anybody else. Poorer people are little more, you know, they're a little more flexible about their boundaries. As people become richer and richer, the boundaries become stronger and stronger. The sense of wanting to fix a boundary itself is a reptilian process. It is coming from your reptilian brain that you always think a boundary. The more you invest on your boundary, the more you cannot get out of it. As simple as that. The whole spiritual process is about walking away from our boundaries, going beyond our boundaries. But the reptilian brain is always about building the boundaries. So we want to make sure that we don't get too invested in that, but at the same time, all the functions which are managed by reptilian brain happen seamlessly so that we don't have to worry about it, we are not concerned about it, because if we get concerned about it, again we get trapped in the same thing. There are many myths and superstitions about the snake. In the Western Hemisphere, one kind of thing that it may feed you the apple once again. I don't think these days they'll get discouraged by that. Even if it's a half-eaten apple, I think today you've reasonably evolved over that. But the fear of snake is something deadly, devil's agent, that must get out of you. Even in India, there are certain people spreading these things that you cannot keep even a naga form or even a picture at home. And this will happen, that will happen, snakes will come into your house if you keep it. No, if you keep a large enough snake, all the small snakes will go elsewhere, they won't come. Because snakes eat snakes, you know. If you put up a big king cobra sized picture, all the other small snakes may go away if they see it. At the entrance of where I live in India, in the yoga center, there is a wooden snake which was made by a friend of mine, which is quite realistic, carved out of wood, rosewood. And at one time when Viji was there, she said, "Don't keep it here, every time I come here I get scared." I said, "No, he's the entry point, he's there, don't worry about him. You know he's a wooden snake." "I know he is, but he looks so real." So that's the idea. Appreciate the artist. Let him be, he's still there. Well, I'm doing well. So this kind of nonsense is because people always make stories out of their fears. There are more stories made up out of human fear than out of human love or generosity or joy or anything else. Fear makes up maximum number of stories. It is important to understand that the snake ability to take away certain impurities from the system. If it is done to a certain proportion and it is kept alive with the right kind of energies, this form can take away what are called as impurities, or it can be a continuous process of klesha nashana for you if you create a consecrated serpent form. And there is no temple in India without a serpent. So, if you want your home to be like a temple, you must welcome a naga, because you can't afford to have a real one. Copper, brass, or at least a pitcher will make a difference for you. And above all, this kind of absurd fear about something, you must know, fear about snake is inversely proportional to your knowledge about snakes. The less you know about it, the more you fear it. The more you know about it, the less you fear it, which is the same with everything, of course. But particularly with snakes, this is very true.